Greetings everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the different troop types. In Age of Origins, specifically we'll cover the front row, known as melee in the game, the mid-range and the long-range units. If you're curious about the type of troops you're building or recruiting, you can easily check their position by visiting your barracks. For example, take a look at this basic tank. You'll notice a marker indicating that this troop is a frontline unit, meaning it will take position at the front during battles. Now, if we switch to another unit, like the basic cannon, you'll see a similar indicator, but this time it's positioned at the bottom. This tells us that this unit is long range, meaning it will stay at the back during combat. Another important aspect to consider is the attack range of these troops. For example, you'll notice that the basic cannon has a high attack range of 4, which means it can attack from a long distance. In contrast, the basic tank or infantry has a very low attack range, around 0.5, indicating it engages in close combat. To illustrate further, let's look at the basic tank. Its attack range is 0.5, meaning it's designed for short-range combat. On the other hand, the basic war biker has an attack range of 2, placing it in the mid-range category. This positioning in the middle indicates that it's effective at a moderate distance. I'd like to clarify some terminology, as the wording can be a bit confusing due to translation from Chinese. Understanding troop types can seem overwhelming since there are many, including snipers, cannons, and more. The simplest way to determine the troop type is by looking at their attack range. As mentioned earlier, if a troop has a high attack range, it's clearly a long-range unit, even if you can't see the specific marker. If the troop has a medium range, such as 2, it falls into the mid-range category. Conversely, a troop with a very short range is a frontline unit. By focusing on the attack range, you can easily identify the role of each troop type in the game. As previously mentioned, there are 3 main categories of troops: frontline, mid-range, and long-range. Here's a visual representation of the indicators that show each troop's position during battle. This picture illustrates where each troop type is positioned in combat. You'll see the markers that indicate whether a troop is a frontline unit, a mid-range unit, or a long-range unit. Understanding these categories helps you deploy your troops effectively during a war in any battle. Whether you're defending or attacking, the positioning of your troops is crucial. Each type of troop will stick to its designated position based on its category. For example, let's focus on the frontline units. In this category, you'll find infantry, tanks, and other units designed to engage directly with the enemy. Each of these troops will maintain their position in the front line during combat. On the middle tier, you will find something interesting. Zombies are included in here. Even though zombies are not literally getting any benefits from middle range buffs, yet they are a middle range troops, so you will always see them in the middle. That's one thing that you need to keep in mind. Now, when someone mentions melee troops, they're referring to any unit with a low attack range that stays in the front line. So if you see any attack or skill description mentioning melee troops, it includes tanks, infantry, or basically any troop position in the front line. If you see any wording that mentions mid-row or mid-range, this refers to troops with a medium attack range, typically around 2. If the range is more than 2, it's considered long range to help you identify the positioning of these troops. In battles, you can look for the specific markers in the game. These markers indicate where each type of troop is positioned during combat. Finally, you have the long-range troops, such as snipers and cannons. These units are positioned on the back line. Generally, long-range troops are like glass cannons. They deal the highest damage, but are also the most vulnerable. Because of this, they require protection and are always placed at the back of your formation. As for the mid-tier troops, they deal decent damage, not as high as long-range units, but still substantial. They are also more durable than backline units. When it comes to HP and defense buffs, these mid-tier troops benefit significantly because their HP is higher than that of backline units and their attack is stronger than frontline melee units. This makes mid-tier troops ideal for buffs that increase both HP and attack, such as attack expert buffs. On the other hand, any attack buffs will be most effective on long-range units, while defense and HP related buffs will benefit melee troops the most. Now, when it comes to defense, the troops that benefit the most from defense and HP stats are the frontline or melee troops. These units don't gain as much from attack buffs compared to long-range units. On the other hand, defensive stats are less crucial for backline troops, although they are still necessary for their survival. If your frontline falls, your formation will be breached, leading to more frequent losses. There are numerous formations in this game and I can't pinpoint the best one for you. This video focuses on explaining the roles of frontline mid-range and long-range troops, as well as their general naming conventions. That's it for today, guys. I hope I was able to clear up some doubts for you. Have a wonderful day.